Hello there, this is Celestial News Worldwide. My name is Charity James, and here are the highlights of the news. His Eminence, Reverend Pastor Mobiyina Osoffa, appeals for calm in the wake of Sokoto riots. Venerable Superior Evangelist Ogunboye, Canada Head of Diocese, recounts progress in Canada Diocese. Famous gospel singer Sola Allyson claims she was never a Celestial Church member. SBJ LULI Parish shepherd in charge in Chicago, Superior Evangelist Ilori, at home in Chicago to receive dignitaries for the wedding ceremony of his daughter. Assistant Venerable Superior Evangelist Friday Thomas, Head of Region G in Texas, embarks on a tour in Dallas Parish of the Celestial Church. Kidnapped shepherd Ishola Babs released amid tension. Popular Celestial preacher Brother Samuel Demola Bolaji advised not to confuse the youth on juvenile harvests. UK Head of Diocese, Assistant Most Superior Evangelist Fatunsi, says the diocese is prepared for the adult harvest across board. Before the main news, let's take a commercial break.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Èyí ni láti pe gbogbo ènìyàn àti ọkàn tó ń mú oore wá sí ayẹyẹ anniversary ọdún kan ti ìjọ CCC Green Pastures Parish tí ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ 23 oṣù karùn-ún títí di ọjọ́ 21. Báyìí ni ètò ayẹyẹ náà yóò ti lọ. Ní ọjọ́ Monday tó jẹ́ ọjọ́ Ajé náà ó ní ìṣòro fún àwọn àdìmọ̀. Ọjọ́ Tuesday tó jẹ́ ọjọ́ ìṣẹ́gun ní ìṣòro gbogbo ìjọ lápapọ̀. Ọjọ́ Wednesday tí ó jẹ́ ọjọ́ àánú ni fún ẹ̀sìn àwọn tí ó ń wojú Olúwa ní déédéé aago 9 àárọ̀. Ọjọ́ Thursday ní ìkéde ìrere ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run sí gbogbo àwọn agbègbè Irúnwẹ́. Ọjọ́ Friday tó jẹ́ ọjọ́ agbára tí a mọ̀ sí Night of Praise ni a ó gba àwọn àlejò gbogbo ènìyàn àti àwọn eléré akọrin ẹ̀mí bíi Evangelist Olúṣèyí Ṣọlágbadé, Lady Evangelist Odúsànyà Tolúlọpẹ́, Evangelist Adérónkẹ́ Susan, Evangelist Olúṣọlá Fcba àti Àdùkẹ́ Gold pẹ̀lú gbogbo Ìkòròdú Mass Choir. Pẹ̀lú àwọn oníwàásù ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run ní àwọn bàbá wa nínú Olúwa, Venerable Senior Evangelist Noah Ikuomẹ́yìnlọ, Venerable Senior Evangelist JB Adélájà àti Evangelist T Àlùkò. Ọjọ́ Sátidé ni a ó ṣe ṣíṣí ilé ààbò àti ibùgbé olùṣọ́ àgùntàn gba ọwọ́ State Evangelist Ọ̀yọ́ State, Venerable Senior Evangelist Noah Ikuomẹ́yìnlọ, pẹ̀lú jíjẹ àti mímu ní àyíká ilé Ọlọ́run àti eré orí ìtàgé fún gbogbo ọmọ ìjọ àti gbogbo àlejò tí a fìwé pè. Ọjọ́ Sunday tí a ó kẹsẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ nílẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ ológo ni fún ìdúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run. Olùgbàlejò pàtàkì fún gbogbo ọjọ́ náà jẹ́ bàbá wa nínú Olúwa Superior Evangelist Ògúntìmẹ́yìn. A kí gbogbo ọmọ ìjọ Green Pastures Parish ẹ kú ọdún àṣeyíṣàmọ́ ọdún o.
Now the main news. His Eminence, Reverend Pastor Mobiyina Osoffa, appeals for calm in the wake of Sokoto riots. He appealed to all Christians and indeed all members of the Celestial Church of Christ to embrace peace and remain calm as a result of violent riots ignited by the killing of Deborah Samuel Yakubu, a Christian and a female student of Shehu Shagari College of Education, Sokoto, who was accused of making blasphemous utterances against Prophet Muhammad. The deceased female student was brutalized and her corpse set ablaze by some of her Muslim schoolmates. Her death immediately sparked widespread condemnation amongst Christians and international community at large. His Eminence, Reverend Pastor Emmanuel Mobiyina Osoffa, advised the church to be prayerful in the face of provocation and thankful that no life lost in the inferno that consumed Parish 3 in Sokoto. He prays for the repose of her soul. In Canada, Head of Diocese of Celestial Church, Venerable Superior Evangelist Ogunboye, says his diocese will soon commence another phase of training and development of the church clergies in Canada. He highlights some of the achievements in Canada Diocese. Famous gospel singer Sola Allyson claims she was never a Celestial Church member. According to the singer, she only enjoys singing when invited by the church. Some critics say she was trained and groomed as a Celestial choir. Now surprised, she is denying being a member of Celestial Church. In a recent interview, Sola Allyson says she will never leave the church, confirming that the church groomed her to be who she is today. Is she really serious about this claim? CTV investigates.
Ìfẹ́ tìrẹ ni kò ṣẹ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ayé wa. Bàbá wa tí ń bẹ lọ́run, ọ̀wọ̀ ní fọ́nrán rẹ̀.
SBJ LULI Parish shepherd in charge in Chicago, Superior Evangelist Peter Ilori, at home in Chicago to receive dignitaries for the wedding ceremony of his daughter. Superior Evangelist Ilori will host all Celestians in Chicago on Monday 28th, 2022 in the engagement ceremony of his daughter and spouse, Suzanne Temitokbe and Brian Elmore. The wedding will take place in August 2022 in Chicago. Assistant Venerable Superior Evangelist Friday Thomas, Head of Region G in Texas, embarks on a tour of Dallas Parish of the Celestial Church with his executives. The tour was very successful. The team visited Emmanuel Parish, where the shepherd in charge and Secretary of Shepherd Council, Superior Evangelist Digbo Oshin, received them and gave the team a progress report of the church. They also visited Light of Covenant Parish, where the shepherd in charge, Superior Evangelist Showe and members of the church received them warmly. They also visited Sharon Parish, Dominion Parish, and Holy Trinity Parish, where the shepherds, Superior Evangelist Andrew Adeniji, Senior Evangelist Shofowora, and World Leader Sunday played host to the team. Those on the entourage of the regional head includes Assistant Venerable Superior Evangelist Michael Akin Majekodumi, State Evangelist, Senior Evangelist Oluwafemi Babalola, Assistant Secretary, Assistant Venerable Superior Evangelist Franklin Ladipo, Financial Secretary. In another development, the Head of Region C in California, Superior Evangelist Alma Williams, prepares the region for the 2022 harvest. He said all hands are on deck to ensure that the harvest in the region is successful. Also, Head of Region E, Superior Evangelist Martins Oshin, embarks on a tour of the region. He visited the headquarters Metro Parish, where he expressed satisfaction with the progress of the church. He prayed for the church. Kidnapped shepherd Ishola Babs released amid tension. The shepherd of CCC Beulah Land Model Parish 2, Golden Estate Ijebu-Ode, Senior Evangelist Prophet Ishola Babs, Agboma Biwon, who was kidnapped on Sunday 15th of May 2022, has been released. He is safe and sound. In France, the Francophone Director of Communications of the Church, Superior Evangelist B.T. Barthélemy, has debunked stories of his purported arrest by the police in Côte d'Ivoire and arraignment in court. Superior Evangelist Barthélemy is back to Paris after a successful visit to Imeko, Lagos State, Cotonou, and Abidjan. Thanks for watching Celestial Television Worldwide News. More details of juvenile harvest When we return, let's take a commercial break.
So have you heard?
Heard about what?
That the Reverend
Pastor EMF. EMF.
Osoffa is coming.
Wow, I'll be so happy because I've never met him before.
So what are your expectations?
Upon his arrival, the grace of God will come mightily upon him and people will receive healings.
To be blessed.
God is going to perform wonders through him.
God can perform wonders, and that is the expectation of most of the people, that when pastors come here, things must change in my life for better.
When it comes, it can be a manifestation of God upon our lives and visitors that are coming to join us in welcoming him. And after he stays, I expect testimonies to abound.
Personally, I'm expecting newness. I'm expecting unity in the church.
My expectation is to see God that day, to feel his presence, to feel his love, to feel his grace upon him and upon our lives.
My own expectation coming to Abuja is quite clear. It's coming to pray for this whole country, for our leaders, so that we can do the right thing. And of course, Nigeria can be very, very peaceful. But I can tell you that Abuja is not going to be the same again. It's going to be very, very exciting. Those who are going to be with him or meet him, they will have a very nice time.
That his visit will be impactful and that he comes with his pastoral blessings on all of us here.
The expectation is that they are meeting a man of God, a messenger of God, whose words are the words of God. When he prays, God answers. When he talks, God, it is the voice of God. So they should bring both their problems and their aspirations before the Lord through him, and they will know that God walks through his servant.
I have a very positive mind that to be great, like lots of signs and wonders, great testimonies, miracles, like people will be very happy to meet him.
I'm also expecting a lot of things, but most especially the presence of God. You know, I feel as if I'm one step closer to God now that he's going to be around. So for those that have not actually seen him, just like both of us, so we actually urge you to come to witness the presence of God, his miracles, as in goodness of God,
and especially,
and especially the mercy of God, which is the theme for this day, juvenile harvest.
Join us as we welcome His Eminence Emmanuel Mobiyina Friday Osoffa, the pastor CCC Worldwide. Come and be blessed.
On the juvenile harvest directives, popular Celestial preacher Brother Samuel Demola Bolaji advised not to confuse the youth on juvenile harvest according to directives. When there is a clash between Pentecostal Day and juvenile harvest, who conducts the service when it clashes? A report says the children take over the entire day. According to Most Superior Evangelist Banjo, anytime there is a clash between Pentecost Day and juvenile harvest, the shepherd takes charge as service conductor and sermoner. Most Superior Evangelist Ajao says the children conducts the service, but the shepherd gives the sermon. The former shepherd of Celestial Church of Christ, Ilori Parish, Assistant Venerable Superior Evangelist Ezekiel Odugbemi, has been laid to rest. The shepherd was buried in New York this weekend. New York shepherds attended in large numbers. The shepherd prayed for the family of late Ezekiel Odugbemi. Osoffa as assured of development and construction on the land donated by the former monarch, late Oba of Benin, His Royal Majesty Omonoba Edoku Akpolokpolo Iredua I to the Celestial Church of Christ. Work will commence on the land shortly. The pastor told delegation that visited the land for field inspection. The visitation team was made up of Venerable Superior Evangelist Olushiji Olajide, Venerable Superior Evangelist S.F. Adeniji, Venerable Superior Evangelist Augustine Olumilade, Venerable Superior Evangelist M. Ogunboye, Venerable Superior Evangelist Jacob Pamogan, Venerable Superior Evangelist Olatosho Osoffa, Venerable Superior Evangelist Eromosele Obiyan, Assistant Venerable Superior Evangelist Samuel Ushodi, Assistant Venerable Superior Evangelist Jonathan Adekpegba, and Superior Evangelist Kayode Ajala. UK Head of Diocese, Assistant Most Superior Evangelist Fatunsi says the diocese is prepared for the adult harvest across the board. He said, all the shepherds in UK are well versed and trained. Development and progress are assured. The head of France Diocese, Venerable Superior Evangelist Andrew, set a date for the harvest in France. The harvest is scheduled for June 12, 2022 in Paris. The burial committee appointed by His Eminence, Reverend Pastor Emmanuel Mobiyina Osoffa, visited the family of the late Director of Music, Celestial Church of Christ, Assistant Venerable Superior Evangelist Wole Adetiran, and Assistant Venerable Superior Evangelist David Oladeji Okunola, also known as Baba Oyo. The committee, led by its chairman, Superior Evangelist Olusegun Okeowo, was received by the widow and children of the departed music icon. The committee assured the two families a befitting burial. Also present was Superior Evangelist Kayode Ajala, Superior Evangelist Oluremi Adebayo, Mother Celestial Yetunde Odeyemi, Mother Celestial Iluyemi, and Mother Celestial Mojisola Alegbe. Before the highlight of the news, let's take another commercial break.
Jẹ́ kí gbogbo ènìyàn tó wà láàyè fún Ọlọ́run lóhun tó fẹ́, òun ló yẹ láti gbà á. Hallelujah.
Celestial Church of Christ, Green Pastures Parish, celebrate 4th anniversary and Thanksgiving service. Theme: in everything, give thanks. Date: Friday, May 27, 2022, Night of Praise. An anniversary service comes out Sunday, May 29, 2022. Speaker: Venerable Superior Evangelist Noah Ikumeilo, Evangelist Aluko, and Venerable Superior Evangelist JB Adelaja JB. Guest artist: Olushe Shalabade Odusanya, Tolulope Roda, and Aderonke Suzanne, as we will enjoy fantastic songs from Olushala Fcba, Aduke Gold, and Ikorodu Mass Choir. MC Aboki Jesu shares the mic. Host: Superior Evangelist A.O. Oguti Main, Shepherd in charge. Come and let's rejoice together in the presence of God. Hallelujah.
To end the news, here are the highlights again. His Eminence, Reverend Pastor Mobiyina Osoffa, appeals for calm in the wake of Sokoto riots. Venerable Superior Evangelist Ogunboye, Canada Head of Diocese, recounts progress in Canada Diocese. Famous gospel singer Sola Allyson claims she was never a Celestial Church member. SBJ LULI Parish Shepherd in Charge in Chicago, Superior Evangelist Peter Ilori, at home in Chicago to receive dignitaries for the wedding ceremony of his daughter. Assistant Venerable Superior Evangelist Friday Thomas, Head of Region G in Texas, embarks on a tour in Dallas Parish of the Celestial Church. Kidnapped Shepherd Ishola Babs released amid tension. popular Celestial preacher, Brother Samuel Demola Bolaji, advised not to confuse the youth on juvenile harvests. UK Head of Diocese, Assistant Most Superior Evangelist Fatunsi, says the diocese is prepared for the adult harvest across board. That ends the news for the week. My name remains Charity James. We will see you next time.